Hey, what is up tonight? You know who's here. That's right. Sheridan Mish here to tell you it's all going to be okay. I've got a few things tonight that I just want to give some shout outs to some people. I'm glad to see that my wife Irene is one of the first people jumping on. My brother Emerson is on board too. But I've got some things that I want to just give a shout out for, and thanks for some inspiration, if you would. First, I want to just thank everybody who participated in giving some feedback onto what you think I would do, or what you could see me doing if I was not in chiropractic anymore. There was a lot of fun answers, a lot of insight, and I certainly enjoyed it. One of the things that people, in fact, not a single person had said during the entire series of comments was not one person said that I should be a politician. Thank you. I've tried my hand in politics, whether it's on organizational boards, whether it's been in our state association, and the fact of the matter is me and political correctness just don't go together. And when it comes to me and in the whole political game, just doesn't work. So it's great that you all saw that I have no business being in the political arena. So thank you. Although I did have some people previously on one of my lives, some people were commenting, Sheridan for president. Please know that's not my aspiration. Able to accomplish much, much more, a lot more good in society by doing things like this. By doing these live videos, by serving people through my chiropractic practice and a variety of other means and modes. So thank you for not putting out there politicians. One of the things that some people did comment on was comedian, and I know that sometimes I entertain myself, and apparently I entertain you as well. And so thanks for being a part of the entertainment and laughing with me or at me. But one of my chiropractor friends, Kirk Childress, down in North Carolina, he's in the Triangle. What he told me was, he said stand-up comedy, actually. And so I said to him, in reply to that comment, was I've been doing all sit-down comedy till now because I've been sitting down doing these videos. And so there's the kick in the pants, so to speak, for me to stand up. So if I am going to do some comedy, well, let me stand up and entertain you with some of the comments. I see lots of people jumping on board, and since I'm standing back a little bit further here, I'm having trouble seeing all the comments, but I will get to that. So it's great to see you all jumping on. Now, some of the things that people did say that they could see me doing, one is motivational speaker. I think that was one of the most popular answers, and really that means a lot to me. And so I want to just thank you for that that confidence, and that means that I'm obviously doing something good for you and our community and the world. And then the other thing was coach, and of course that kind of comes second nature. I coach sports. I coached ice hockey for 25 years. I've coached baseball, soccer, softball, and really I'll coach anything. I enjoy motivating people, motivating kids, teaching skills and life lessons through sports. And I think that's one of the things when it came down to coaching was it wasn't necessarily about the game itself, but it was about those life lessons that could be taken from that sport and applied to the future. And there's a lot of examples of where I say hockey is life, and I'll get into some of those another day. Tonight's not the night, but hockey definitely shapes things. Another thing that I wanted to share is just talking about hockey and the relationship is the locker room. The It's All Going to Be Okay locker room. We've gotten a bunch of people that have joined and asked to join our group. It's IAGBOK locker room if you want to be a part of it. It's kind of that inner circle, and I go with extra live videos afterwards, and I'm going to do a bunch of other things that I have planned in the future, but it's been great to see the participation that we've had thus far. My brother Emerson's been in there, Marcy's been in there, and then let's see who else has been. Anna Maria was in yesterday. It was her birthday, and here we are. It really was awesome to have her be a part of that. And then Kathy has been in too, so that's great. And I know there's other people. Tim Tenathan gave a comment in the locker room, really was special and appreciating his insight into how he knew it was all going to be okay when he first met me years ago. So it's great. So what else do I want to get into? Oh, this is something I want to make sure I hit this at the front end of the video here, even though I've done a little bit of talking. Is Luann had put on Facebook something, and she commented and tagged me and my brother. I hope you can hear it. Do you know what it is? Down the Fraggles. Worries for another day. Let the Fraggles play. Down in Fraggle Rock. Another day. Let the Fraggles play. Down in Fraggle Rock. Worries for another day. Let the Fraggles play. Down in Fraggle Rock. All right. So thank you, Luann, for posting that picture. I love it. And I just wanted to share that with everybody. The Fraggle Rock theme. That's right. Because just like I tell you, it's all going to be okay. The Fraggles have been saying it for years. Oh, gosh. Who the heck is going here? So, that's the thing. The Fraggles have been telling you, worries for another day. Dance your cares away. Let's have fun today. It's all going to be okay. All right. So, there's that part of the show. Here we go. Now I'm going to sit, get a little more serious. The comedy's done. I'm going to dial it in here. Thanks for watching. I hope that had a little fun, a little flashback memories with the Fraggle Rock gang there. Fun times. Love it. Hey, what do I want to talk about? Oh, so today I'm working out this morning, and we do this high intensity workout that I put together, this routine, and we changed it up. So it's me and Allison and Autumn is on board with that. So the three of us are working out. Irene does her own workout in the basement. She doesn't want to be a part of our thing. She's got her own fun going on there. But anyway, so we're working out. And then Mo Money, Mo Problems comes on. And the thought popped in my head was, what the heck happened to Mace? What happened to Mace? I mean, Biggie got killed. And P. Diddy, he made it big, and really profited and made some big things, big moves happen. Oh, gosh. But what the heck happened to Mace? He, dropped off the face of the earth. He did a lot of collaboration with people. And Mace ended up going and becoming a minister. He went to preacher school. And, he went to college to get more knowledge. And, he became a pastor. So he got called to God in 99. And he was a minister. I guess he still is a minister. But for 5 years, that's what he was doing. And that's right. Mace is a pastor. And he did find God. But then he came out of retirement. He got back in the game in 2004. Collaborated with some people. Got in some songs. Kept preaching. 2009 he came back again with a second comeback. Did some. I think he was on a song with Drake. I mean, he definitely has done some big things coming in and out of music, but serving God, and he became a pastor. But that's it. I was like, what happened to Mace? So found that out. It's good, and I would expect that my brother-in-law Jim and Uncle Jimmy, and as well as my brother got on board knowing that information. So that was fun. By the way, boneless wings. We had boneless wings for dinner tonight. And we got them from Lucan's down on Varick Street here in Utica, and it was a great meal deal that we got. But as we're eating it, talking about the innovation of boneless wings and who came up with it, it was a great idea because counting the pieces and the size, and these boneless wings, it's breast meat, and so that it's like chicken tenders that essentially what happened was that here's my thought: is that someone in a restaurant they had a bunch of people around. They ordered there was say 6 chicken tenders in a serving of an appetizer, and you had 4 people at the table. Everybody had one. There was 2 left, and so then they're kind of looking and saying, "Oh man, I want more," but who's going to fight? Because only 2 of the people are going to get those. Or maybe it's 3 people sitting and eating them, and everybody has one, but then another person doesn't want one, and so now the other people have 2. Now there's that last one sitting there, and someone's like, "God, I don't want a 3rd full tender." Well, somebody was genius probably and chopped them up, because it looks like the boneless wings are approximately 1/3 size of a tender. And so there you go. You toss them in, and it's a genius move. Now you can serve boneless wings as an appetizer. Everybody's happy. Have as little or as much as you want. Boneless wings, interesting. Opportunity. One of the things I was saying about this whole pandemic that's going on and affecting businesses and affecting our way of life is looking forward to. Yes, Aunt Claudia, your wings are better. They're the best around. Now, one of the things I was talking about is the innovation that's going to come from things. And Instacart was I had heard of it. It was kind of popular to some extent, but now the Instacart business is absolutely booming because people don't want to go shopping. So now you've got this whole industry that there are people who are going out shopping for other people, and it's increasing their ability to get revenue, their ability to have a job. So it's pretty awesome that there's this opportunity out there. And that's one of the things that I think is just great, is looking at the positives that are going to come from these trying times that we're going through. Some quick stats. I really hammered the stats down yesterday. Today I'm going to just give one quick positive, really awesome stat that I want you to know. It's this. There was a study that just came out from Stanford Medical School, and what they did was they went and they tested thousands of people in California, and to see how many people were testing positive with antibodies. So they were testing asymptomatic people with no symptoms, healthy people off the streets. And what they found, and what they've dialed it in, because they said that they had to kind of estimate it because of the smallness of the population they were going with, because there was thousands of people as opposed to dealing with millions. But what they found was that somewhere between 2.5 and 4.16% of asymptomatic people have antibodies. People that have no idea, that's who's testing positive. So if you extrapolate that range of numbers to the United States population in total, what you're looking at is somewhere between 8.1 and 13.6 million people right now that actually have antibodies for coronavirus, for COVID-19. So, and if you were to take that number of people, and then, hey there, Michelle, good to see you on board watching. If you were to take that number of people that have the antibodies, that have been exposed, that have fought it, that have successfully gotten over it, if you were to do that and look at that combined with the people that have died, that's 0.6. So somewhere between 0.35 and 0.6 is the mortality rate of COVID-19. So that's what Stanford Medical School came out with. Again, if you want the research, I can send it to you. So that's again, do you want to say comforting news? Because it means that it's out there, and lots of people have been exposed, lots of people have fought it, lots of people have antibodies, and that yes, there's a lot of people that have died, but when you look at it, the mortality rate is very small. And again, that's comparing to what the CDC has on their website, that flu and pneumonia this year, mortality rate was 11.7. So just put that in perspective. I want to give a shout out to my brother-in-law, Uncle Jimmy. Irene's brother, Jimmy. He called me up today. We talked and chatted on the phone. He gave me some tips. He was telling me to turn my phone around to use the camera on the other side. It's a better camera, better quality view, and that also everything won't be flipped around and trying to read backwards. I'm going to do that because he gave me a tip on how to use a mirror to see what's on. So I'm going to get that all figured out. I didn't have a mirror to use, and I thought that I was going to be able to use my laptop in conjunction and have that with a live feed, but that just goofed up when I tried to go with it. So, but I want to thank him for his input, and I'm going to try to make that work for possibly tomorrow night's video. Speaking of Uncle Jimmy and my brother Emerson, man, we've gone to some concerts before, and a song came on earlier that really made me think of fun times we had. So I just had my phone on random playlist, and random songs are coming on, and one of my favorite songs by Dave Matthews came on. It's "Say Goodbye." It's not my all-time favorite by Dave Matthews, but it's one of my favorites. It's great, and so it's the "Say Goodbye," but it's the one from the Best of What's Around live album, where they took all the different best live songs that he had put on one album, and it was the one that was recorded at Mile High Stadium in Denver. And so we had a ton of fun going to watch Dave Matthews at SPAC one year. It was me and Irene and her brother Jimmy and my brother Emerson, and just crazy times there and shenanigans. And then we also saw Dave Matthews in Hartford at the Xfinity Amphitheater as well. So fun times. But that intro to that live version is 4 minutes and 25 seconds. It's 4 minutes and 25 seconds that you got to hang on and just kind of get in the groove with before Dave starts singing. And then he goes for another 5 minutes after that. But that's just a Dave Matthews concert. If you've been to one, like the songs go one into the next, you don't even know where one ends, where one begins. It's just instrumental and people jamming for half an hour sometimes. And you're like, man, what the heck happened? What song are they even on right now? I don't even know. But Dave Matthews, awesome shows that he does. And I wasn't even really a big Dave Matthews fan before going. Speaking of concerts too, concerts at the State Fair. I don't know if they've announced, is the State Fair canceled yet or not? I hope not. I don't want to see that happen. I love the New York State Fair. We love going as a family and seeing that. So, man, we've seen some great concerts at the State Fair, and both paid concerts and free concerts. So we love the free shows that they get there. It's great. And my Aunt Claudia took me to my first concert, and she's chiming in now. She took me to a bunch of concerts. She took me to see, I think Billy Squier, might have been the first concert you took me to go see, Aunt Claudia. I think that might have been it. You took me to see Culture Club. That was at the War Memorial in Syracuse. You took me to see Bruce Springsteen at the Dome. Yeah, my Aunt Claudia took me out. My Aunt Claudia used to take me to bars. Man, I learned life lessons with my Aunt Claudia. Life lessons as a kid. Saw some crazy things. What else do I want to talk about? Oh, so talking about the State Fair, today, Allison gives Irene her water bottle, and she asks Mom, she says, "Mom, can you fill this?" And so we've got the water cooler at the house, and so, it's a fine stream that's coming down that you've got to, finagle. And Allison doesn't have like a small water bottle. I'm talking about Allison has a water bottle that she bought at the store, and that I think it might have been a Fiji bottle or something like that. She's like, "Mom, can you fill it?" And so it's got the small opening and trying to get the small stream down into it. And I'm laughing because I said that it's like a carnival game. Like, how many times have you been to a fair, a carnival, and they've got that squirt gun game that you got to spray the water and it's got to hit the target? And I swear, this is what happens. We'd go to the fair, we'd be as a family, there's the 5 of us walking around, and I've said on a previous, video about me and carnival games, like, we don't get along because I win. And then they tell me I didn't win because I broke a rule, but that's beyond. So they see us going by, and of course the guy's yelling at us, and he's catcalling me, and he's like, "Hey, you got 5, it's only $5 a person. I'll take all 5 of you for $15. I'll give you a deal. There's nobody else here. You 5 of you sit down. One of you is going to win a prize. Just come on over." So, this is usually at the end of the night because we're always there late. And so there's nobody around. We're the only ones. We go and sit down, and mysteriously this stranger out of nowhere, when we're getting ready to play, this stranger walks up and sits down and then goes and gives the guy $5. And then now the guy, he's like, "All right, ready, set, go." And the 5 of us, we're squirting, and it's like a little squirt gun dribble coming out of here, barely reaching the target, just a tiny flow. Meanwhile, the stranger mystery guy that came out of nowhere sitting down has got a fire hose. Boom! Way winner. This guy over here that we don't even know came out of nowhere. He's the winner, mysteriously. I mean, I know this guy was a plant. He was just sitting back waiting. You know, him and his carny buddy. There's a switch that they got back there that they just flipped the switch to fire up the one hose to have it just come out full blast and to allow that one person to win. I know that's my carnival game conspiracy theory, and that's one of the things that I don't like carnival games. Anyway, that's that. So, how about this? I got one last story to tell you. What's up, Doc? So, carrots. Healthy thing to eat, healthy snack, make it part of your diet. But what I want to tell you about with the carrot is baby carrots. So, just a quick little cool story. If you haven't heard about baby carrots and where they came from, here's the story. Here's a short story anyway, is that, I had notes about this. Oh yeah, is that they started in the early 80s. The California farmer, Mike Urosik, had a bunch, his carrot harvest was terrible. They were ugly carrots, they were nasty, you wouldn't be able to sell them. And so he had to come up with another way to sell his crop, because if he didn't, he would have been broke. And so he took his ugly carrots and he put them through a bean cutter to cut them down into smaller pieces. And then he took a cement mixer that he had that was, it was all dried out and cleaned out. But on the inside of the cement mixer, you got all like dried cement and stuff and whatnot. And so he threw the carrots in there and turned it on. And so as it's going around, it actually smoothed out the carrots. It ended up smoothing them out rough and making them into baby carrots. And so he took them, washed them up, and said, hey, these are baby carrots. Took them to the market, and boom, that's how baby carrots are made. The guy went from losing his money from his crops because they were terrible, taking something that's ugly, turning it and using innovation to create something that's appealing to people. From the early 80s to 1987, carrot sales went up 30% because of that. And then today, 70% of carrot sales are baby carrots, 70%. So something that started in the early 80s, of innovation, someone being desperate to just sell his product, came through, $1 million industry, and now baby carrots it takes 48 hours for them to pull them from the ground, go through the whole process. Interesting fun fact with this, I don't know if it's fun or not, but they actually spray them down after, because it's food and that's been processed. They actually, part of the rinsing process is they rinse them with chlorine. And then they rinse them with water. But I never like baby carrots in the bag that are all wet in there. I don't know. They get like slimy and nasty. But they do wash your carrots at the carrot factory. But processed food, and anyway, what's my point with all this is, what do you have that's ugly? And when I say that, I use that term metaphorically, like I used naked metaphorically. But what do you have that's ugly? What do you have that's not necessarily popular, that's appealing, that's selling a service, a product, an idea, that you can take something and make it more valuable? And that is one of the things that's awesome with innovation here in the United States, is what we are able to do with something to increase the value by changing it just in the slightest way, by thinking outside the box. Sometimes it's done from desperation, as in the case here that I just explained to you with baby carrots. And sometimes it comes out of necessity, or it comes out of just a brilliant thought flash or genius. So take the great idea that you have and make it happen. Add value to America. Add value to your community. Add value to your life and your families. Take a chance. Have some confidence. Don't be afraid to come across as silly. I'm on this video for 37 days in a row telling you it's all going to be okay. And I wasn't planning on doing this 2 months ago. I wasn't planning on doing this 38 days ago. But I did it because it was something that I felt people needed. And it was supposed to be a one-off, and next thing you know, here I am, day after day, bringing this message. So I want to thank you for taking the time to be a part of my life. Thank you for your interaction. And then I'm going to be getting off here. I'm going to probably throw my pajamas on, get some comfy clothes on, and then I'm going to go hang out in the It's All Gonna Be Okay locker room. So I'll probably be in there in about 10-15 minutes, and maybe sooner, who knows. But I want to thank you for watching, and again, it's all going to be okay because you are going to take the action that makes it happen. I love you. See you tomorrow.